Sergey Brin, age 50, residence, United States, co-founder and board member, Alphabet Goog. Net worth, $113 billion. Alphabet ownership stake, 6%, $100.2 billion total. Other assets, $16.2 billion in cash. Sergey Brin was born in Moscow, Russia, moving to the US with his family when he was 6 in 1979. After co-founding Google with Larry Page in 1998, Brin became Google's president of technology when Eric Schmidt took over as CEO in 2001. He held the same post at the Alphabet holding company after it was established in 2015, stepping down in 2019 when Sundar Pichai took over as CEO. In addition to its dominant internet search engine, Google offers a suite of online tools and services known as Google Workspace, which includes Gmail, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Google Meet, Google Chat, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and more. Google also offers a variety of electronic devices, including Pixel smartphones, computers, and tablets, Nest smart home devices, and the Stadia gaming platform. Brin has donated millions of dollars to Parkinson's disease research, partnering with the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Sergey Brin is an American businessman and computer scientist born on August 21, 1973, to Mikhail and Eugenia Brin. He co-founded Google with Larry Page, which they started at Susan Wojcicki's garage in Menlo Park. Sergey Brin is considered one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time and is estimated to have a net worth of $93 billion as of September 2022. If you love these inspirational quotes by Sergey Brin, you will love Larry Page quotes, entrepreneur quotes, and success quotes. Here are 50+ famous Sergey Brin quotes that will motivate and inspire aspiring entrepreneurs and businessmen about success, dedication, money, and hard work. Famous Sergey Brin quotes. Here are some of the most famous quotes by Sergey Brin about Google and how it is now. Some say Google is God. Others say Google is Satan. But if they think Google is too powerful, remember that with search engines unlike other companies, all it takes is a single click to go to another search engine. If Google Books is successful, others will follow. Google actually relies on our users to help with our marketing. We have a very high percentage of our users who often tell others about our search engine. We want Google to be the third half of your brain. Having been trained as a computer scientist in the 90s, everybody knew that AI didn't work. People tried it. They tried neural nets, and none of it worked. We've seen a massive attack on the freedom of the web. Governments are realizing the power of this medium to organize people, and they are trying to clamp down across the world. Not just in places like China and North Korea, we are seeing bills in the United States, in Italy, all across the world. Today, if you want to access a typical out-of-print book, you have only one choice: fly to one of a handful of leading libraries in the country and hope to find it in the stacks. The revolution in deep nets has been very profound. It definitely surprised me, even though I was sitting right there. Sergey Brin quotes about success in life. Sergey Brin and Larry Page endured many hardships to make Google what it is today. Check out some of the inspiring quotes that will lead you to create the next Google. We have tried to define precisely what it means to be a force for good. Always do the right, ethical thing. Ultimately, don't be evil, seems the easiest way to summarize it. You do see more people that have been freed up over the last couple of 100 years to do work that is more about thinking about or creating things, and I would hope to see that trend continue. When I was growing up, I always knew I'd be in the top of my class in math, and that gave me a lot of self-confidence. Solving big problems is easier than solving little problems. I had no dreams of such economic success. You should have fun and not be so weighed down by expectations. The kind of environment that we developed Google in, the reason that we were able to develop a search engine, is the web was so open. Once you get too many rules, that will stifle innovation. I wish there were 100 services with which I could easily look at such a book. It would have saved me a lot of time, and it would have spared Google a tremendous amount of effort. Basically, we convert the entire web into a big equation, with several 100 million variables, which are the page ranks of all the web pages, and billions of terms, which are the links. And we are able to solve that equation. It was the summer of 1998. At that point, we were just scrounging around to find resources. We had stolen these computers from all over the department, sort of. I was interested in data mining, which means analyzing large amounts of data, discovering patterns and trends. At the same time, Larry started downloading the web, which turns out to be the most interesting data you can possibly mine. We just want to have great people working for us. But the vast majority of books ever written are not accessible to anyone except the most tenacious researchers at premier academic libraries. Books written after 1923 quickly disappear into a literary black hole. Once you go from 10 people to 100, you already don't know who everyone is. So at that stage you might as well keep growing, to get the advantages of scale. Today, Google is an $800 billion business, commanding a mammoth space alongside other internet giants such as Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, and others. As spectacularly successful that is, it all started out as an idea, in the dormitory of Stanford University in the year 1995. Sergey Brin quotes on money and happiness. You always hear the phrase, money doesn't buy you happiness. But I always in the back of my mind figured a lot of money will buy you a little bit of happiness. But it's not really true. I got a new car because the old one's lease expired. I would like to see anyone be able to achieve their dreams, and that's what this organization does. To me, this is about preserving history and making it available to everyone. We do lots of stuff. The only way you are going to have success is to have lots of failures first. Too many rules stifle innovation. Obviously, everyone wants to be successful, but I want to be looked back on as being very innovative, very trusted and ethical, and ultimately, making a big difference in the world. When it's too easy to get money, then you get a lot of noise mixed in with the real innovation and entrepreneurship. Tough times bring out the best parts of Silicon Valley. I feel there's an existential angst among young people. I didn't have that. They see enormous mountains, where I only saw one little hill to climb. We wouldn't survive if people didn't trust us. We are currently not planning on conquering the world. If what we are doing is not seen by some people as science fiction, it's probably not transformative enough. It's not enough not to be evil. We also actively try to be good. It's clear there's a lot of room for improvement, there's no inherent ceiling we're hitting upon. Too few people in computer science are aware of some of the informational challenges in biology and their implications for the world. We can store an incredible amount of data very cheaply. Before Google, I don't think people put much effort into the ordering of results. You might get a couple thousand results for a query. We saw that 1,000 results weren't necessarily as useful as 10 good ones. It is ironic since whenever I have met with our elected officials, they are invariably thoughtful, well-meaning people. And yet collectively 90% of their effort seems to be focused on how to stick it to the other party. We deal with all varieties of information. Somebody's always upset no matter what we do. We have to make a decision, otherwise, there's a never-ending debate. I am sometimes something of a lazy person, so when I end up spending a lot of time using something myself, as I did with Google in the earliest of days, I knew it was a big deal. I'd like to get to a state where people think that if you've Googled something, you've researched it, and otherwise haven't, and that's it. It's a romantic notion that you are going to have one brilliant idea and then everything is going to be great, but the execution and delivery are what's key. Generally, health is just so heavily regulated. It's just a painful business to be in. It's just not necessarily how I want to spend my time. If you had all the world's information directly attached to your brain, or an artificial brain that was smarter than your brain, you'd be better off. In the future, search engines should be as useful as HAL in the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey, but hopefully they won't kill people. We came up with the notion that not all web pages are created equal. People are, but not web pages. When it's too easy to get money, then you get a lot of noise mixed in with the real innovation and entrepreneurship. Tough times bring out the best parts of Silicon Valley. Any conversation I have about innovation starts with the ultimate goal. The name was supposed to be Google, which is the mathematical term for a 1 followed by 100 zeros. It was before the Google spell checker existed. Too many rules will stifle innovation. We are currently not planning on conquering the world. You can make money without doing evil. As we go forward, I hope we are going to continue to use technology to make really big differences in how people live and work. Technology is an inherent democratizer. Because of the evolution of hardware and software, you are able to scale up almost anything. It means that in our lifetime everyone may have tools of equal power. Currently we don't have plans on conquering the world. People try new things all the time. By now, the people who succeed have to be very sophisticated. Ultimately you want to have the entire world's knowledge connected directly to your mind.